Yo, what's up, guys? Big up Kev. Yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to Kev, right? Yo, I received a message and I'm like, yo, one of these guys was watching a video and he's seen it, so it's funny as fucking joke, right? You know, and thanks for watching the channel, bro. So anyway, this video is gonna be about like somebody on eBay. I'm gonna put the username of their eBay account on YouTube just because these people try this specific thing, and you know, it's a kind of thing that is the reason why you put cards into a slab. If you put cards into a slab, right, like a PSA slab, people cannot argue condition of the item, right? They cannot say, oh, but I bought this card and it's not a PSA 10. It's not a PSA 10. Well, obviously, the guy who's selling hundreds of PSA 10s isn't going to sell you a pristine or raw card that's going to get a PSA 10, yeah? That's usually the case, right? So, you know, we'll give you an example of this, right? So let's say you buy this off eBay and it comes and you go, oh my God, my fucking card's not a PSA 10, yeah? Because it's got some fucking lip at the top, right here, you know this is a common thing on Pokemon cards, right? We've been going back to Yu-Gi-Oh at the moment. This is where the channel started, right? This is where the channel started, right, yo? You know, this is a sick card. This is, but they all come from the Yu-Gi-Oh because I was doing Yu-Gi-Oh videos. At the first like few videos I did was all Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I've actually been buying Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but we're kind of gonna go into like this message, yeah. So we basically, let me fucking find the username, right? Because he did open the case and he did send me some messages. I've been receiving so many fucking offers from people that it has wait a minute. Is it? No, it's not that one. It's before this. All right. Yeah. We got his username. So I'm gonna add a text source, right? So you can see this on video. So this is his eBay username. I would advise banning this guy if you don't want to deal with this. If you don't want to deal with people like this, in specifically, is why we're making this apparent to the, you know, the YouTube community and eBay, because, you know, I increased my shares in eBay recently, and this is the guy's eBay username. Now, the reason why he ended up buying a card, so I ended up buying a Pokemon Go, which is here, yeah. So this is a Pokemon Go Radiant Eevee box, right? So you get a box, Eevee comes in it. You get like 8 boosters, and then it's got a fucking pop tab where you pull the card out, right? So you pull the back plastic off, and it kind of can leave impression dents on the side of the card, right? Because where the plastic is either clamped in there or how far it's pushed in. So it basically fucks the card up, right? Or, you know, creates a bit of the, you know, the edge shit, yeah? Basically what you would see on this. Right, so basically this kind of edging what you would see on top of the card, right? So anyway, what happened was, if anyone wants to see, I bought like some Yu-Gi-Oh tins off eBay for like random cards. Me and my friend are going to mess around playing dueling and stuff, and just go back to like old school time, right? And just play with a couple cards. So I ended up buying the box. I took the promo out. Obviously, the promo wasn't a 10. Like, if the promo was a 10, I would have graded it myself, yeah? So, like, you know, these two cards, which are both PSA 10s, right? We get many cards back that are 10s, 9s, you know, usual troll cards, like, or cards that get downvoted and stuff. So, basically, I sent him a message on the reason why that I couldn't post the card to a specific time, and he was like, okay. This is his eBay username. We're talking about the guy that's on the thing at the bottom. So Bonnie STV Ban Right, so he basically sent me photos of the card, saying that that was damage. Like, that's not technically damage on the card. It's the way the card's made. It's like got that fucking. It's like a jagged. It's not like a jagged edge. It's like more of a. It's you do see it on modern cards. It must be a way they cut them or whatever. But basically, this is a photo he sent me. Yeah. And it was a good job that I sent this item track to him, yeah, because if I didn't, he would have fucking. And this is exactly what I'm talking about right here, about that fucking dint that comes on the plastic pop, right? So basically, when you pop the card out, it has the indentions of the plastic that pops on top, right? So what happens is, you know, people then get into a disagreement with you going, oh my fucking god, bro, I bought this card and it's not a PSA 10 and I want my money back, right? And he goes, so I'll read you the messages, yeah? He said, hey mate, I'm sorry, but the card arrived in a pretty bad shape. It was only in a sleeve with 3 other cards, right? So the way I shipped this card, right? So basically I got 2 pieces of card like this, right? I got 2 pieces of thick card, yeah? I basically put them together, right, like this, yeah, and I fucking tape the edges down, yeah, and I put the card in the middle with 4 energy cards or 3 energy cards, right, so it's really fucking robust so you can't bend it, right, and then I sent it signed for because certain people, when you sell on eBay, right, you look at their account and then they're like, they've got no display picture, they look bare sketch, yeah. And then you look at their account and they've got like no bio or anything and they don't say anything about them, yeah. They're just like, it's just like a Randy Bob account that literally just like scams, yeah. And then his feedback was 157. So I'm like, you know, mine is like 7,000. Yeah, obviously I buy a lot of stuff and then I sell like a lot of shit cards, right? Because you know we use shit cards to fund PSA grading, right? That's what we do. Right, so and then, you know, now and again we'll put more money to it if we need to. Yeah, so it's like that's from the tabs of the plastic box. This is what I sent him. Yeah, so here's the message here, basically. Right, so I'm gonna read it out to you. I said the tabs. That's from the tabs of the plastic box by Pokemon. This is not from me. The boxes they come in are not good. Didn't sell this with the intent to grade it. Right, so I'm not selling that card as you should go buy this card and grade it because you'll probably get a 6. Right. The whole idea that is there's millions of EV collectors and people love putting cards in binders. Like, for example, I bought a load of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. If you want to see the 2 tins, I'll go through the tins that I brought. If you want to see them, you just have to comment and be like, yo, do a video, because I don't know if anyone's actually interested, right? Because this is the whole process of like, you buy a tin, you know, you get some bulk stuff, you look through it, you sell the cards you don't want, you try and accumulate the money back for the item that, you know, you get. It's basically you do it with Pokemon products as well. So you sell the shit cards out of the box, you keep the ones that you want, you get your money back, and then use that to fund buying more stuff. So, you know, you're technically using your money twice, right? And then the whole process while you're doing that, you're getting cashback rewards, right? And then Nectar from eBay balance and everything else, right? So basically, the next message I sent him, which, you know, I sent him 2 messages. I said, I've taken it from a box and listed it on eBay. If you want it for grading as before, grade myself, so I wouldn't have sold it. The price is going off the rate of the item, of the current price of the item, right? Then he said, maybe saying it in the description or have proper pictures done, going rate is definitely not for a damaged one. But it's not damaged. This is a common problem that happened with the Suicune, the Entei, the Ryoku from Evolutions. Do you remember, like, you know, the pop tabs, you know, where you have to bend the fucking plastic to push the card out, and everyone said, look, come on, Pokemon, this is a fucking shit packaging. And then, obviously, most of the cards, 90% of them get damaged. And then, even Shining Lugia had this same problem, right, with Shining Legends. They had these fucking pop tabs, you know, it was really hard to get the cards out. It's the same shit, right? It's fucking nonsense, right? So then I said, you're the only one to complain, right? Literally, this is the first guy I've had complain in like literally 2 years, right? And I said, open disputes with the Pokemon company like I do. Pokemon kind of does not give a fuck about the way they print stuff. You want to see some of the coins that I've had recently? Like, fuck me, mate. They're terrible, right? Just out of like tins and general, like the print quality has been wank, right? And then
you know, the thing is, yeah, is nothing. If we go back to 2002, yeah, when the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Konami cards come out, right? They are the most durable Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards I have ever even come across, even to this day, yeah? The way they're made is they're a lot thicker, right? Because these companies didn't have this fucking shit cost from inflation and all this bullshit back in the day, right? So they can literally make better quality stuff, right? While now, they seem to be just cutting back. When like Pokemon's a billionaire company, yeah, it realistically should be providing mint cards consistently off the deck, and they're not. And the quality control in England is fucking wank, or America, yeah. So I said about their print quality, I made so many videos on YouTube about the same issue, and they couldn't give a shit, right? Is basically what it is. You combine the card and move on and get another one, right? So the whole idea is when you buy a card, and then you go and open a case on eBay that it's not going to be a 10. Don't do this. This is fucking bullshit. Right? The whole idea that you can have a card that literally I thought there was 10s, right? Sent them into grading and they come back on 9. Right? Now, I'm looking at the card like, well, what's wrong with this? I didn't see anything on this one that would have brought it down when the consistent ratio is 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 9. And you're like, wait, what? What did I miss on this one? And then you go through and you get 10, 10, 10, and then you get an 8. And then you're like, fuck. Now, what did I miss? Yeah? So, you know, sometimes you can miss things. But there's no guarantee that this guy was going to get a PSA 10 in the first place by buying a card and then sending it in. Like, we go back to a video, you know, I made a couple years back. You know, we were buying off Troll and Toad, right? I ended up buying a card for like £1.50 or something mad, right? It was like $1.50 like price. It was like a pound, right? £1.20. You know, and I graded that card, and that card got a 10, and it was a Meditate, right? And I was like, fucking hell, this come back a 10. And then I had a couple of Articunos that I graded, and I got 10, a 10, a 10. And I'm like, these are all cards from like 7, 8 years ago, which, you know, you can still find mint. Like, you can find mint cards, but the idea of going on eBay to bitch to say, oh, look, I bought this card, it's not fucking 10. Like, bro, it's some bullshit. Like, that really is. Such a fucking scummy thing to do, yeah? So then he commented back and he said, okay, first of all, once you put the cards up for sale, it's your responsibility on what you're selling in the description. Doesn't say any problems. It means the card is in good condition. Well, I did say the card is near mint. Like, it's near mint. It's mint, but it's got maybe one issue with it, yeah? And the photos, I always use the standard photos that I use front and back. You know, I'm not going to sit there taking 10 photos of the same item. You know, I've got fucking 50, 100, 200 to list, yeah? Takes too much time. And then he says, you can do it. He said, nah, mate. He said, you can do a refund and put it back in your own binders and sell your damaged cards to other people. What kind of seller are you, yeah? So that's when I knew that he was being hostile, yeah? He was being hostile. So I basically gave him, like, this guy's not far from me, right? Not very far. Like, you know, this guy's very close to location, right? So I was like, yo, if you want to keep running your mouth on eBay, just come to me face to face, yeah. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not sitting there keyboard warring over the internet. Like, don't even be doing that, right? And then I said, and if you're buying the card to grade, why don't you ask questions before buying items? So basically, like spending time arguing. So then he opened a case to return the card, and then basically I had to then sit there and say, well, you know, let's just offer him back £4. Let's see if he fucking accepts this. Like, look, it's brand new from a box. You know, I'm not responsible for fucking Pokemon shitty print quality, right? We've mentioned that many times. You know, it's something that they don't care. They just, like, they don't care about the average consumer. They consume about, they want dollars. You know, they want as much money as they can possibly get their hands on, like most people that are pumping grading companies. And, you know, like, you fucking, you know, like somebody that has like legit, like I would say infinite money as the way they go on, like infinite money, and then they're sitting there pumping shitty videos with, you know, grading companies on YouTube, and it's like, this is definitely paid. This is 100% paid, because it's like, this guy is either running out of infinite money or he's not as rich as he says he is, because he wouldn't be doing this otherwise. Most people would just grade with PSA because that's where you get your most value off. So, for example, like I sold, you know, 2 cards, which these were the 2 cards in the video which I mentioned, right, which I was going to kind of make this like a sales video as well, but it's kind of like, fucking hell, it's 15 minutes, probably people watch it for 2 minutes and that's it, see you in a bit, right, your usual shit. So, you know, I sold this Venusaur, this is going to Slovenia, right, which is Slovenia. I sell globally, I don't give a fuck where you are in the world, I will ship to you. US, China, Japan, fucking Angola, you know, where else is far away? I don't know, Australia, I'll ship anywhere, yeah? I'll ship anywhere. I'll post direct anywhere, yeah? Straight to Slovenia, yeah? Tracked post, boom, this went for 116 quid, minus, so you've got to think, right? This went for £116, but we've had to ship to PSA, ship back to PSA, we've got to, you know, have the money come from the grading fee. We've had the price of the card to make. So basically, that's going to just fucking cover everything. I think we'll have a little jot down, see what price. Be like, right, price paid for the card was this. You know, grading fee was this. Shipping was this. Shipping back was this. Shipping to the new guy is this. So people don't realise that you're shipping 3 fucking times. You're shipping 3 fucking times, yeah? Do you know what I mean? Like, and then you got this Rat-a-Tata, which is a Gem Mint 10, first edition. Ever since I bought a horse plushie, yeah, like, find out your Chinese zodiac and then literally, you know, put that in your house. And trust me, like, what I'm going to say is every single time from the day of I got that, these rat cards have been being pushed out of my house. Yeah, they've literally fucking boom. You know, it started off with like the shitty little cards, and then boom, and then that was gone, and then, you know, and it's like, you know, if you don't believe in astrology, you will find out why a lot of rebellious shit is going on right now. Like, a lot of people are rebelling against, you know, the establishment, the government, you know, raise the flag operations, right, you know, because the horse year is coming in. This is what it is. The horse is the rebel. The horse does everything that is not out of the normal, right? You can tell the way people look, and you can judge that maybe is this guy a horse. Long face, big teeth, yeah, nostalgianomics, he's a horse as well. I said to him on channel, like, yo, are you born in this year? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, and see, you can tell just by looking at people, he's like, how do you guess that? So, you know, I hadn't followed Pokemon for a bit. I've been looking at Yu-Gi-Oh! And fucking collecting old stuff. So, if we're going to be funding some, I would say, you know, the Gem Mint 10, that's going towards PSA. That's going towards the next set of submissions, because we're leveraging is what we're doing right now. If you don't know what that is, you know, you can explain it by, you get a bunch of cards, you grade a bunch of cards, and before you paid for the other set of cards or the submission, you can extend the submission time. So if the submission time is 4 months, you've got 4 months to sell as many cards as possible to get that money back for the next submission. So that's basically what you do. So as long as you get 1 card to cover postage, and so on, you know, you can get your money back, right? And then bam. And then we sold this one for like, the guy sent me an offer on this one. It was, you know, I've been accepting offers on some of the stuff. That card's gone. I just literally sold another Yu-Gi-Oh card as we speak on this video. But this one sold for was Eevee. Yeah, let me scroll down. Was £61.84. Yeah, because the buyer protection fee was £3.16. Right, so he's had to pay 65. I get 61 minus grading fee minus the card value. I think I probably paid like 3-4 quid for this original card off an original guy that broke a Heroes box. So, you know, Rat-a-Tat, I don't want that around me. And then basically we sold the Venusaur, which is a horse card. We sold that one for 116. So, you know, we've got, what was the VAT on that? 26.51. Fucking hell. Right, and then we got postage, which was £20, yeah? So, yeah, if it probably costs like 20 quid to ship it, so we'll get like 98, and then minus, yeah, everything else. So, basically, guys, if you want to see the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Tins or whatever, what I got in them, and, you know, I'll do a video, but I've kind of been like not looking at Pokemon right now. I've been doing TikTok shop and doing TikTok videos. Yo, if you see me on TikTok, you know, if you want my TikTok, yeah, just fucking comment and I'll comment back to you or something, or email me at fucking JoeG cards@protonmail.com, yeah. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.